Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this three-game series in the 1978 Braves replay. We got the Cardinals and the Braves. Can the Braves take 2 out of 3 in the rubber game here? Leading off for the Cardinals is left fielder Brock. Batting second, playing right field is Morales. And batting third, playing center field is Hendricks. Batting fourth, doing the catching is Simmons. Batting fifth, playing first base is Hernandez. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is Templeton. Batting seventh, playing third base is Ritz. Batting eighth, playing second base is Tyson. And on the mound, batting ninth is FORSCH. And for the hometown Atlanta Braves, we got leading off, playing second base, Jerry Royster. Batting second, playing first base is Bill. Batting third, playing right field is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burris. Batting fifth, playing center field is Office. Batting sixth, doing the catching's Murphy. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Cheney. Batting eighth, playing third base is Gilbreth. And batting ninth and on the mound is Devine. Let's get down here to Fulton County Stadium, the launching pad, and get this game started. And you see the team comparison. The Cardinals are 22-41. They have struck out 291 batters, walked 182, given up 86 doubles and 21 triples. The Braves are 21-36. They've struck out 298 batters, walked 180, giving up 72 doubles and 22 triples. And the lead it off for the Cardinals is Brock, batting .224 with no homers and 6 RBIs. This is Devine's second start. He's made 10 appearances. He's 0-1 with a 5.14 ERA. And here's the pitch to lose. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a base hit. So Brock gets aboard here with the leadoff single. And Jerry Morales comes to the plate with Brock down there. And they're going to do a little hit and run here. And Jerry's batting .210 with 3 homers and 24 RBIs. And that's going to be hit down the short. I think with the hit and run, they're going to stay out of the double play. And they will. That'll be a 6-3 put out. Brock's now down in scoring position. And we got George Hendrick up. And George is batting .267 with 4 homers and 13 RBIs. A runner in scoring position, 1 out for George. That'll be a 4. That's going to be a single through short. And Burris is out there. Not a great arm. And Brock's got great speed. And that'll be a 41. 29. Can Jeff Burris throw him out here? That'll be a 55 or lower. And nope, that's an RBI single by George. And the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead. A runner down at first. 1 down for Ted Simmons. And the hit and run pays off. And gets the run in. And now Ted Simmons is up batting .322 on the year with 10 homers and 35 RBIs. And that's the double play the Braves is looking for. That's a ground ball down to Royster over to Cheney to Beal. 4-6-3 double play. Gets them out of the inning, but the Cardinals score 1. Cardinals 1. Braves coming to the plate with Royster, Beal, and Matthews. And Jerry Royster's batting .281 on the year with no homers and 15 RBIs. And Bob FORSCH, it's his 15th start of the year. He's 5-9 with a 4.56 ERA. Here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart Tyson at second. And there's one out. And Bob Beal comes up batting .315 on the year with no homers and 3 RBIs. And against the righty, it's an 11 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Gary Templeton's up with it, fires over the first, and there's 2 down. And it's up to Sarge. Gary Matthews here batting .236 with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, a 13 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. George makes a nice play, and the Braves go down 1-2-3 to the top of the second we go. You got Hernandez, Templeton, and Ritz due up. Hernandez batting .235 with 3 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Matthews makes the play. And there's one out. Templeton comes up, batting .280 on the year with a homer and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry at second. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the second. And Ritz comes up, and he's batting .182 with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Devine's first strikeout. Cardinals go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 St. Louis. And Burris, Office, and Murphy due up here. Jeff batting .332 with 9 homers and 38 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tyson. And there's one down here in a second. And Office is up now, batting .295 with 2 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Office is aboard here with the first hit of the ball game for the Braves. That brings up Murphy. Tie and run at first. Go ahead and run at the plate. Murph's batting .214 with 12 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. And that might do it. Yep, that's going to be another double play. It's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. And now there's innings over. And the Braves, nothing. Cardinals, 1. We get to the top of the third. Tyson, FORSCH, and Brock due up. Tyson batting .203 with 2 homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris. 1 down here in the third. And Bob FORSCH comes up. Bob batting .121 with no homers and 3 RBIs. You can't groove one here or he'll hit it. And that's going to be a 5. That's going to be a base hit. Bob says, we don't need no stinking DH. So Bob's aboard here with a 1-out single. And now Lou Brock back to the top of the order. And Brock, he singled and came around to score, the only run of the game so far. Here's the pitch to Lou. And that's going to be against the righty. It's going to be a line drive in the left field. Bob's going to stop at second. And now there's first and second and 1 out. Braves need that double play like the Cardinals have been getting. And Jerry Morales is batting 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. Can they get another one of those? And they do. That's grounded down the second. Jerry's up with it. He tosses it over to Cheney, over to Bill. 4-6-3 double play. Pitcher's best friend gets him out of the mess. To the bottom of the third we go. You got the bottom third of the order due up here for the Atlanta Braves. Cheney, Gilbreth, and Devine. Cheney batting .220 on the year with a homer and 6 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. Picks it up, tosses it over to Keith. And there's 1 down. And Gilbreth comes up, batting .232. He's got a homer and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 12 and a 10. And that's going to be a nice play down there at short as Templeton takes a base hit away from Gilbert. And there's quickly 2 outs. And Devine starts some 2 out rally here. He is 0 for 3 on the year. And he's going to be 0 for 4. That's an easy grounder back to the mound. Braves go down quietly here in the third. To the top of the fourth we go. Still 1-0 St. Louis. You got Hendrick, Simmons, and Hernandez. The 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. George had an RBI single back in the first. And he's going to crank this one out into the outfield. Let's see where it lands. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field, and he's got himself a leadoff double. Cardinals right away got a runner in scoring position, and nobody out for Ted Simmons. And Simmons is 0 for 1. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play back in the first. And not this time. That's going to be a single in the left field. George has got good speed down there. That'll be a 28. And George is going to stop at third. So that's a single in the left, first and third. And the way the Braves are hitting, they're going to bring the infield in here in the fourth against Keith Hernandez. Infield's in. Keith's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. And that ball's well hit. That's going to make it out of the infield easily. Let's see where it goes. And that ball is driven into the gap and deep center field. And that's going to score 1, maybe 2. Let's see here. That'll be a 56. $27. Are they going to send him with nobody out? Yes, they are. 53 or lower. And they throw him out at the plate. Nice job by Office. That's an RBI double, but they get the runner out at the plate and keep it right now a 2-0 game. Now there's 1 out. Hernandez down at second. And Templeton at the plate. Nice job by rolling out there in center field to throw the runner out. And Gary is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 61 and an 8. And the runner's going to get down to third. Cheney's new play is the first. Can't keep the runner down there. So now the runner's 90 feet away. And Ken Ritz is up. Ritz is 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up. Let's see here. 22. And infield 5, 7, 11, 19, 26. And that's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory down the first base line. Royster goes out, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, folks. The Cardinals score 1 on the double by Hernandez. And double their fun, double their pleasure, double their lead to 2-0 with double mint gum. See the Cardinals leave town here to go to Cincinnati, take on the Reds after this. They play the Reds in a 3-game series, and then they go to Philadelphia to take on the Phils. And Royster's up, followed by Beal and Matthews, top of the order. Jerry's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. That brings a tying run to the plate. And Bob Beal. And Bob is 0 for 1 today. A little hit and run is going to happen here. And that's going to be a 35. Hit and run. So let's see. 42 and an 8. 42 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. And strike runner out, stealing. Bob can't get the hit and run. And they throw Jerry out at second. So now there's 1 out and nobody on. And Bob Beal's up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a rare play, a 37 and a 21. And that's going to be a strike. So now the 0-2 pitch to Bob. So he misses the hit and run. Looks at the second one. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field for out number 2. And now Gary Matthews is up. Matthews is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the chain, Templeton. And that'll do it. The Braves go quietly here in the 4th. Still 2-0 St. Louis. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Tyson, FORSCH, and it turns over to Brock. Tyson 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Darryl. It's short. Over to Bob. 1 down. And speaking of Bob FORSCH says he don't need a stinking DH. He got a hit his first time up. He's 1 for 1. And he's going to swing and miss this one. That's Divine's second strikeout of the game. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. And we're back to the top of the order in Brock. And Brock's having a good game against Divine. He's 2 for 2 as Paul joins us here. Check out Paul's great channel at FSC Sports Desk with Paul. And here's the pitch to Lou. And they finally get him out. That's a lazy fly ball out to left field. The Cardinals go down in order to the bottom of the 5th. The Braves trailing by 2. They got the big boys coming up. They got Burris, Office, and Murphy. Jeff's 0 for 1 today, grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 36 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is, and that's going to be a single in the right field. Jeff Burris gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And that brings up Roland Office. And Office is 1 for 1. He's got one of the 2 hits on the day for the Braves. And that's going to be a fly ball. Morales gets to this one, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Here comes the Murph up as the tying run. And Murphy, he grounded into a 3-6-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a pop up straight up the chute. Ted Simmons takes the mask off. And there's 2 down. So it's up to Daryl Cheney here to get this runner in. He is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves now with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. Gilbreth hit the ball hard his last time up. But George took a base hit away from him. Can he get it to drop this time? Sorry, hit a ball down to Templeton. And Templeton made a nice play. Take a base hit away from him. And Gilbreth drive it through there this time and score a run here for the Braves. And that's going to be a 36. And that's going to be a wild pitch. And the runners move up. And now you got the tying run down at second. And a 1-0 pitch coming to Cheney. Can he now tie this ball game up with a hit? And that's going to be another wild pitch maybe. And that's another wild pitch. Bob FORSCH has thrown back-to-back wild pitches. The Braves have now cut the lead in half. They got the tying run at third. Gilbreth still at the plate as Ken Castro joins us. And Bob FORSCH, all he needs to do is get the ball over the plate. Not just over the plate, keep it in front of the catcher. Ted Simmons goes out to talk to him. So here's the 2-0 pitch to Gilbreth. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bob FORSCH has lost the strike zone here, folks. And now is the question, do we pitch hit for Divine? a 2-1 game. 2 outs in the 5th inning. They're going to let him bat first and third. He's pitching a damn good game, only giving up 2 runs. So they're going to let him bat. Can Devine help his own cause here? He's 0 for 1. And nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to Brock. Brock makes the catch. And the Braves strand 2, but the wild pitch scores 1. They cut the lead in half. It's a 2-1 ball game. So we get to the top of the 6th. Got the top of the order, 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. You see the Cardinals have driven in 190 runs on 33 homers, stolen 26 bases, been called 19 times. The Braves have scored 214 runs on 39 homers, stolen 22 bases, and been caught 13 times. Jerry is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Devine's 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 up and 1 down. George Hendry comes to the plate now. He has figured Devine out. He is 2 for 2. He's got a double and RBI and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Devine. He tosses it over to first. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the 6th. And Ted Simmons comes to the plate, 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. 2-out single by Simmons. And now you got Keith Hernandez up with a runner on first. In a 2-1 lead. He's 1 for 2. He had an RBI double his last time up. And that's going to be a 4 and that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Jeff Burris dive and catch. Saves a hit. Ends the inning. Tip of the cap to Jeff Burris. Nice play by Jeff to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 2-1 St. Louis. Top of the order due up here against Bob, Royster, Beal, and Matthews. Can the Braves get something started here in the 6th? Jerry is 0 for 1. He did walk. Got caught stealing on a botched hit and run the last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Lou calls for it in the gap, makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Beal's up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. Bob picks it up, tosses it over to Hernandez, and they're quickly 2 down. Can Matthews get a 2-out rally going here? Matthews is 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and grounded out the short. And that's going to be against the righty. 14. That's going to be a fly ball out the Brock. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. We go to the 7th inning. The Cardinals hanging on to a 2-1 lead. We got Templeton due up here, followed by Ritz and Tyson. Gary is 0 for 2, grounded out to second and short. And that's a 23. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Devine with a nice play, scoops it up. Keeps that ball from getting past him, throws it over to Beal, and there's 1 out. And Ritz comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's struck out and popped up. And not this time. He gets a hold of this one. Where's this one going to land in Atlanta? And that's going to be a double in the right field. So 1-out double's got an insurance run down there at second. And Mike Tyson up. And Mike, he is 0 for 2. He is flown out and grounded out. Can Devine get out of this with nobody scoring? No, he can't, because Tyson squares it up the bottom part of the order. Coming through here for the Cardinals, and that's a back-to-back doubles. And it is now a 3-1 ball game. And now you got Bob FORSCH, who's already singled in this game. 1 down, a runner still down at second. The bullpen's getting ready. Rick Camp's up in the bullpen. Bob FORSCH is 1 for 2, like I say, with a single and a strikeout. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Bob out. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order in Lou Brock, who's having a fine game, 2 for 3. He's came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball. Matthews calls for it, makes the catch. But the RBI double by Tyson makes it a 3-1 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. And we got Burris, Office, and Murphy due up here against Bob. Burris is 1 for 2, singled and came around the score. The only run for the Braves so far. And that's going to be against the righty, a 12. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Burris gets on board again here. So now you got the tying run coming to the plate in Office. Office is 1 for 2. He's got 1 of the 3 hits. He singled and flew out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. FORSCH is up with it. He fires down the second. And Office is able to beat the relay throw. So that's a 1-6 put out. And now the Murph's up. Can the Murph come through here? He is 0 for 3 to 0 for 2 today. He is grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be a 10. And that is going to be a base hit in the left field. Office is going to stop at second. And the Braves are making some noise here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. And Cheney at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. Here's the pitch to Darrell. And that's not what the Braves wanted. It's a ground ball down the first. And they'll get the runner out at second. That'll be a 3-6 put out. So now you got first and third, 2 outs. And can Gilbert deliver here? He is 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tyson. He's up with it, fires over to first, and that's the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. It is 3-1, and that might be it for Divine. That might be it for Divine. Let's see here. Who are we going to go with? That is the question. So, just need somebody to get through this inning here. I don't think we're going to do a double switch. So, let's see. You got the righties coming up. Campbell is going to come out here just to get through this inning. So that's going to be it for Divine. Dave Campbell is going to come out and try to keep this a 2-run game. He'll lead off the bottom of the 8th. So Divine's just asked to get 3 quick outs here. Campbell is, rather. And this is Campbell's 14th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 9 ERA. He's got the 2-3-4 hitters due up. Morales, Hendrick, and Simmons. Jerry's 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. And, of course, he greets Campbell. Squares this one up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Jerry Morales has now made it a 4-1 ball game. That is his 4th homer of the season. So Dave Campbell comes in right away. George is up now. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a double in this game. And that's going to be a base hit. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals here making a lot of noise in the 8th. And Dave Campbell don't look like he's the answer. Now Ted Simmons is up. Braves would love to see a ground ball out of Simmons. Not a lot of speed there. And Ted Simmons could get a double play. He's 2 for 3. He's grounded into a double play and then hit 2 singles. And that's not going to be a ground ball. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go? That is off the wall out there in right field. And let's see here. Well, that score, George from first. With nobody out. The Braves has already thrown out one runner at the plate. And it'll be a 61 or lower. Can Matthews throw him out? Nope. That's an RBI double by Simmons. And Dave Campbell is in a heap of trouble. And now you got a runner down at second. Still nobody out. And that'll get Rick Camp up. And if Camp comes in, we probably will do a double switch here. Now you got Keith Hernandez up. It's now a 5-1 ball game. And Keith is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And the hits just keep coming, my friend. Let's see here. That'll be a 6 and a 10. Yep, the hits just keep coming. That's a single. And now you got runners at first and third. And they're going to have to bring the infield in. They can't afford to give up any more runs. Templeton is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. Not this time, because Dave Campbell can't get a damn soul out. And that's going to be a single in that's an infield single. And the runner's going to score. And now the runner's going to hold. That's a ground ball. He's going to hold. Bases are full. And that's enough for Campbell. Campbell's coming out of there. Now what are we going to do? The runner was supposed to hold. Go back here. Runner on third was supposed to hold. I don't want to save. I want to undo. Okay, so Campbell's coming out of game. Bases loaded. 5-1 ball game. Can't get a damn soul out. And Eddie Sullivan, I think, is going to come in the game. And are they going to do the double switch? Gilbert's down at third. Maddox is going to come in the game, play third, lead off, and Eddie will bat in the 8th spot. And that'll be it for Gilbert for today. Yeah, gas can, you got that right. Couldn't get a damn soul out. So Eddie Solomon's coming in the game. He'll bat in the 8th spot. And Maddox will come in and play third and bat in the 9th spot. So a new third baseman and a new pitcher, Eddie Sullivan. He is making his 15th appearance. He is 0-3 with 1 save and a 6.1 ERA. Bases full of Cardinals. Simmons down at third. Hernandez at second. Templeton at first. And Ritz at the plate. Ritz is 1 for 3. He's doubled and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, because as soon as you bring a guy in, you know they got to hit the ball to him. And let's see what happens here with the infield in. And he's going to throw down the second. Only play. No, he's going to take the ball to third. Unassisted. But the run scores. And now you got first and second. And one out. And Tyson up. And it's now a 6-1 ball game. Tyson's 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in a run his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 64-3. And first and second. And that's going to be a 3-6 put out. Now you got first and third, 2 outs. And Bob FORSCH now with a 6-1 lead. He's going to bat for himself. He's 1 for 3. He has a single and struck out his last 2 times up. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Solomon strikes him out. But the Cardinals score 3, bust this game open. It's 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. You got Maddox, who came in on the double switch due up, followed by Royster and Beal. You see the Braves stay here at home. The Pirates will come to town for 3 games. And after the Pirates come to town, the Braves go on the road, go out to San Diego. Jerry's batting .500 on the year. And no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves need all the base runners they can get any way they can get them, trailing by 5. Jerry Royster's up. That'll get the bullpen stirring. And Jerry is 0 for 2 today. He has walked, been caught stealing. And that's going to be against the righty. An 11 and an 11. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And trailing by 5. You're going to hold the runner. So all of a sudden the Braves are making some noise here. First and second, nobody out. That's why that 8th inning was very costly. It was a 3-1 game. Now it's a 6-1 game. Beal's up. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty. 11, 1-8. And that's another hit. That's a single in the center field. And Maddox may score here with nobody out. Let's see here. That'll be a 56. Yeah, Maddox is going to score, and they're going to throw the ball in, and Royster's going to hold at second. Maybe. He might try to get the third. Let's see here. 54. Yeah, and he's going to get the third. So an RBI single. Runners advance 2 bases. And it's first and third. And I think that's going to be it for Mr. FORSCH. He's going to come out of the game. Now it's a 6-2 ball game, and a homer here by Sarge makes it a 1-run game. So that's going to be it for Bob. You got the righties coming up here. So who are they going to bring in? That is the question. They ain't got much in that bullpen, that's for sure. Don't have much in the bullpen. Only got like 3 arms in the bullpen. So who are we going to go with?
Little.
I think we're going to go with Mr. Little. Little. Let's go with Little. See if he can keep this game where it's at. So Mark Little's going to come in the game. This is Little's 32nd appearance. Yep, 32nd appearance. He is 1-3 with 3 saves and a 3.8 ERA. He's got first and third, nobody out. Sarge is at the plate. Matthews is 0 for 3 today. Can he keep this merry-go-round going here, folks? No, that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. 52 and a 2 should be fielding column 3. And it is right field. And that's going to score Royster a sacrifice fly. And now you got runner at first and 1 out. And Burris is up, rather. So Jeff Burris is up. He's 2 for 3. He's one of the few Braves having a good game here. He has back-to-back singles. And that's going to be a base on balls. And these Cardinals are trying to give this game away, folks. Now you got first and second, the tying run at the plate. And Office is 1 for 3. Can he keep this going, folks? 1 down. Beal at second. Burris at first. Pitch to Office. And that's going to be back-to-back walks. Little has walked. The base is loaded. And the mighty Murph. Can the Murph be the hero here, folks? He is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Bases are full of Braves. Nobody up in the bullpen. This is Little's game one way or the other. Here's the pitch to Dale Murphy. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 16 and a 10. And that's going to be a single over third base. That's going to score 2 at least, I think. I think it's going to score 2. It's going to score 1, obviously, but that's a 10. Yeah, that is going to be a 54. Brock doesn't have a very good arm out there in left field, but Burris doesn't have much speed. I didn't realize that. So a 66. Or do they want to keep the runner from going down? So they're not going to throw the ball there. So it's going to be a 2 RBI single by Murph. And just like that, it is a 1-run game, folks. And those runs in that 8th inning were killers, man. Now you got runners at first and second, only 1 out. And Cheney at the plate. Cheney is 0 for 2, and all of a sudden the offense have come alive here in these late innings. Once was a pitching duel, has turned into a hit fest. And Cheney is 0 for 2. He has walked in this game. The tying run down at second. Go ahead run at first. Here's the pitch to Cheney. And that's going to be another walk. That is the 3rd walk given up by Little since coming in the game. And now we're going to have a pitch hitter here for Solomon. Base is full of Braves. It's going to come off the bench here. That is the question. And it's probably going to be Biff Tokoroba, who was the hero in the last game. He came off the bench and had an RBI single in the last game. Can he do it again? Can he do it in back-to-back games here? Biff Tokoroba coming off the bench first, and base is full, only 1 out. And what is the Cardinals going to do? Are they going to bring the infield in or play for the double play? Biff's got catcher speed. A ground ball probably gets you the double play, but they're going to bring the infield in. Tokoroba's batting .270 on the year with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. Can he get at least 1 here and tie this ball game up? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 23. And that's going to be the old, sorry, that's a ground ball. What was it, 61? That's ground ball down the short, right? Yeah. That's going to be the old 6-2-3 double play, folks. Nice play by Templeton. And that'll end the inning. Pocoroba still hits into the double play. But the Braves score 4, make it a 1-run game. We go to the top of the 9th. Rick Camp's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this a 1-run game. The Braves trying to make it interesting. Biff Pocoroba is going back to the dugout shaking his head. Oh, that's the worst thing. Only thing he could do was hit into a double play. So Rick Camp's coming out of the bullpen. He'll be batting in the 8th spot. And Rick Camp has had struggles here in 1978 so far. This is his 17th appearance. He's 0-5 with 5 saves and an 8.1 ERA. Can he keep this a 1-run game? He's got the top of the order to deal with. Brock, Morales, and Hendrick lose 2 for 4 today. And that's going to be a rare play. A 40 and a 61. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. And that's going to be a nice play by Cheney. Scoops it up, fires it over to first. And that is 1 down. Little tip of the cap by Rick Camp. That was a nice play by Cheney. Keep that ball in the infield and still be able to throw Brock out. Morales is up. He's 1 for 4. He hit a homer his last time up. And he squares this one up again. And is he going to go back-to-back homers? No, that is off the wall. But that's a 1-out double and a big insurance run down at second. Rick Camp trying to keep this a 1-run game. Like I say, Rick has not been very good here in 1978. George is up. George Hendricks 3 for 4. He's got a double. He's had scored twice, and he's driven in a run his last time up. And that's a fly ball out to Jeff Burris. And now there's 2 outs. And Ted Simmons comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Ted's 3 for 4. He's got a double and an RBI. Came around the score. He did all that his last at bat. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. He fires over to Beal. And that'll end the inning. The runner gets stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 1-run game. They're going to keep Little on the mound. You got Maddox due up, then Royster and Beal. Jerry is walked his first time up and came around the score back in the 8th. He led off the 8th, and he leads off the 9th here with a fly ball to center field. George waits for it, makes the catch, 1 down. Can Jerry Royster get on base here and get something going? He singled and came around the score his last time up in the 8th. And that's a ground ball down to Gary Templeton. Takes his time, throws to Keith, and there's 2 down, and the Braves are down to their last out, and Bob Beal. Bob's 1 for 4. He had an RBI single his last time up. Also came around the score. That ball was hit down the third. Ritz has got it. Takes his time. Fires over to Hernandez, and that's your ball game, folks. Cardinals win 6-5. Here at the box score, the Braves and the Cardinals, all of a sudden in the 8th inning, couldn't do no wrong at the plate. Cardinals 6 runs on 16 hits and no errors. The Braves 5 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Look at that top of the order there. All the way to 6th. Brock 2 for 5. Morales 2 for 5. George 3 for 5. Simmons 3 for 5, and Keith Hernandez 2 for 4. Everybody got a hit, folks. Bob even got a hit. Nobody on the Cardinals didn't get at least one hit. Cardinals, like I say, 6 for 16 with the runners in scoring position. They left 7 men on base. Jeff Burris had another fun game, 2 for 3 for the Braves. So did Cheney. I mean, not Cheney, but Murphy. Murphy was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And the Braves were 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. Bob FORSCH gets the win. He's 6-9, 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 4. Little came in. He made it interesting. He got his 4th save, but it wasn't pretty. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, walk 3. That was the biggest thing. Couldn't find the strike zone a lot. DEVINE, he pitched a decent game. Drops to 0-2. 7 innings, scattered 10 hits on 3 runs, and struck out 4. But Dave Campbell came in and just blew the game. No, couldn't get a single out. Gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, and a homer. Solomon comes in and does a good job. 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and Camp 1 inning and 1 hit. Now let's see what the rest of the National League does here. On the 14th, first game we got is the Cubbies going up against the Reds in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the Cubs win. 4 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. And the Reds 1 run, 11 hits, and no errors. Then you got the Pirates taking on Houston. What a pitching matchup. You got Mr. Robinson going up against J.R. Richards. Let's see how many strikeouts J.R. gets in this game. And he goes the distance and wins on a close game. Astros 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. And the Pirates 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Let's see how many strikeouts he got here. Mr. JR. 10 strikeouts, 6 walks. Whew. He'd be a freaking all that in a bag of chips nowadays. 10-6. And now you got the Mets going to LA to take on the Dodgers. Kuzman against John. That should be a good pitching matchup. And the Dodgers beat up on the Mets. Let's see what the star is. The Penguin hit a grand slam. Ron Say with a grand slam, 1 for 4 with 5 RBIs. The Dodgers 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Man, they was productive, that's for sure. The Mets 3 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. And Legend Sports Universe joins us. Check out his great channel. He just did a ball game today, a football game between the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Check it out. Sorry I missed it live, Legends. I did get to watch it. Hell of a game. Like I say, check it out. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. Yeah, you are welcome. I appreciate you being here and watching it. And now you got the Expos traveling to San Diego to take on the Padres. Yes, they are a surprise. That is correct, Legends. Yep. And the Padres win a close one. 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Expos 6 runs, 14 hits, out hit the Padres, couldn't outscore them, and no errors. Look at Dave Winfield, 4 for 4, a homer, and 5 RBIs. It was the Dave Winfield show. And it's a double hitter. Can the Padres sweep the Expos? And they do. The Padres sweep the doubleheader. And Smith hits a grand slam. 2 grand slams on the day. The Penguin hit one for the Dodgers, and Ozzie Smith hits one for the Cardinals. Man, 7 runs, Padres rather. 7 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. And the Expos, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. How many homers is that for Mr. Smith? Check this out here. Might be his first homer of the year. It was his 4th homer of the year. No, 2nd homer of the year. Sorry, 2nd homer of the year. And it's a grand slam. And the last game, Ken saved the best for last, right? The Phillies taking on the Giants. Larry Christensen going up against Mr. Blue. And the Phillies beat the stinking Giants. Phillies are ahead in the East, taking over the lead. Can they keep it? And the Giants shut out the Phillies. Damn, Vida Blue, a 3-hit shutout. The Giants 1 run on 3 hits. And the Phillies no runs and 3 hits. Since Ken's in the house, let's take a look at this box score. Richie Hebner came in and had a pitch hit. Bob Boone had the other one, and Tim McGarver with a pitch hit. So the starters didn't do shit. Only one starter, Bob Boone, had to hit. And Clark. And it was Mike Hill hits the homer. 1 for 3. 1 for 3. Gives up the homer. What inning was that in? The 5th inning. What a game. That would have been a hell of a game to watch. Larry goes 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 4, but gives up the homer. Blue goes 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Oh, cool. Looking forward to that, Legends. Legends says he's getting the rookies done in the baseball. He's in the National League East is done now. Looking forward to that. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard after June 14th. And the Phillies are still a game up on the Expos. The Cubbies are 2 games back. The Pirates 2.5. The Mets 11.5 games back. And the Cardinals 13.5 games back. And out west, the Giants are now 2 games up on the Dodgers. The Dodgers finally snapped that 7-game losing streak. The Astros are 4.5 games back. The Padres 5. The Cincinnati Reds 7. And the Lonely Braves 14 games back, holding up the rest of the West. Jack Clark's leading the National League with a .350 batting average. George Foster's leading in homers and RBIs with 15 and 55. Jim Barr's leading with a 1.64 ERA. Steve Rogers still the only 10-game winner in the National League. And Barr and Fingers with 10 saves on the year. Mr. George Foster's leading in MVP voting, and Steve Rogers in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be a Yankee game. They're playing the Mariners. And I'm not sure how many game series that is. So you're going to have the House going up against Andy Messerschmidt. See how many game series this is. 1, 2. Just a 2-game series. 2-game series in New York against the Mariners. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe, Ken Castro, and Paul. Check out Paul at FSC Sports Desk with Paul. and Legend Sports Universe. Check out their two great channels. And if you haven't already done so and you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell and like button. Helps the channel out and don't cost you a dime. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.